Hello everybody and welcome back for episode 34 of our Terraria Let's Play. There I am frantically waving hello to you with my digger arm. Hi. Hey everybody, how's it going? So today is the day where we will face off with the Golem. I've done a couple of other things though in preparation that I think might make us have a slightly better time. I'm not sure if I'll really struggle with this fight in particular, but I'm going to do my best to try and make it smooth as much as possible. So let's open up our general chest here and have a quick look at the new items that are in my possession. You'll notice probably from these two things that I've done a thing that I said I was going to do on a stream for a bit. I'm just going to take all this stuff and put it in my inventory because we're going to use it soon. I'll keep this in here for now. So I've gone and done a little bit of fishing. I wanted to see what exactly was going on in the world of fishing, how hard it was going to be, how difficult, how long it was going to take, and all that stuff. And as it turns out, I might be ill-equipped for fishing because I don't seem to know what the right size pond is. I ended up getting a lot of bad draws, and over the course of about 40 minutes to an hour, I got like one quest done, which was kind of silly because it was multiple days of in-game time. So we're going to open up this series of crates, see what's up with those. We also found a rockfish. This was like the only actual item that I found. I guess this is a hammer. I've never tried swinging it before. Yeah, there it is. It's a big old hard fish that you can hit stuff with. Alright. A strange item to be sure. I'm going to throw that in my chest with the other novelty stuff. I guess this counts as insane knockback. I kind of want to see what it's like to hit something with it because it says insane, but we can do that another time. So what I'm going to do right now, though, is pop open all of these suckers. We're just going to do it all in one fell swoop, see what we got in our inventory. Look at all that stuff. Oh, goodness, there's actually, like, a lot of stuff in here. I didn't expect it to be this much. We got a superior anchor. And I don't know what that is. It's melee damage, extremely strong knockback. I guess it's just, like, a thing to hit stuff with. Oh, it throws! That's actually kind of funny. Is there an enemy here? Oh, I'll hit this poor bunny. Yeah. Alright, that's kind of what I expected it to do. It almost looks like it would double as a grappling hook, the way that it, like, lands and then falls. It feels heavy when you throw it. It would be kind of cool if you could get it stuck on top of, like, this little bit of land right here. Yeah, whatever. Point taken. Another very strange item. I'm not really sure where to put that in the scheme of things. I mean, it's a melee weapon, but it's thrown, I guess. We'll put it in with the flails and such. Very unique, though. I've never seen anything like that before. So what else did we get out of that grouping? We got some Sailfish Boots. The wearer can run super fast. I've never seen these boots before in my life. I want to see how fast super fast is. Oh, that's like exactly as fast as it was prior. Unless these are over... No, okay, they're not overriding it. I guess they're just like a different set of boots that do the exact same thing. They're a material, so why don't I go and look and see if they can be crafted into something that's sort of like off the beaten path. I kind of wonder about this. Sailfish Boots, drop those in here. I can make Spectre Boots with Rocket Boots. So they kind of converge on the same path, I guess. That's very odd. Why would you make two of the same item that does the same thing that you can get one from crafting, or one from finding it in a chest and one from fishing? I guess just in case you want to play the game differently, there's still options for you. I don't like that, though. I don't want there to be redundant stuff very often. I'll put it in with the other groups over here. What is this? Journeyman Bait. Alright, so that's a type of bait. I'm going to put my shield back. We got a few bits of ore. We got some apprentice bait. We got some potions. Iron skin potions are good to have. I could actually use that right now on the fight I'm about to do. We got an umbrella. I'm not sure I actually had an umbrella, so that's probably good. Did I? Oh yeah, I did actually have an umbrella, so never mind. I guess I don't need that. I don't think this combines with anything. It doesn't say material, so it doesn't. And I guess I'll go put it in the trash, aka sell it. And what else can I sell while I'm here? Lesser mana potions, don't really need those. Don't really need lesser healing potions, got plenty. Tungsten bars and all this stuff. We'll just put that away in the usual places. We also got a tsunami in a bottle, which is a type of bottle jumping thing I don't think I've ever had before. Apparently fishing and getting crates is pretty cool. Maybe there's some interesting stuff here that I wouldn't have expected to run into. Where are my bottles? Oh yeah, they're over here. Okay. So I have a blizzard and 2 clouds. Mix that with a tsunami. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's go see if that does anything craft-wise worth noting. Tsunami in a bottle. Put you here. I can make a Sharkron balloon. What on earth is that? Increases jump height, allows holder to double jump. I need a balloon puffer fish. So these are all, like, redundant fishing items, I guess. Just for the sake of argument, what happens if I... Okay, it's got, like, a little wet kind of looking splash as you jump off of it. Fair enough. I'm going to put that back there, put this back here. And we're going to craft an item, actually, before I put all this stuff away, since I'm standing right next to it. We're going to go ahead and mix our mechanical glove with this magma stone. Because as you've probably noticed, I've been using a melee item a bit more, and the prefix that I've got right now on the mechanical glove is 4% melee speed. I'd like it to be something else. We didn't get any prefix on this. Okay, well, we'll try reforging it then. Let's do that right now, actually, since we're standing right here. I took a bunch of platinum out of my other world, just since I figured this would make this go a lot quicker. 10 gold is really expensive. We got 4% melee speed on the first go, of course. 4% crit strike. I really need to kill this goblin, because this guy is just stealing my money straight up. Just give me... Okay, I'll take the defense. I was gonna say give me damage or defense. I'll take the defense, that's fine. Frostspark boots are really expensive as well. I really didn't want the melee speed, though. We're gonna go for... No, that's still kind of low. 20 mana. 20... Oh my god, come on. 2% damage. You can do better than that. 4%. Oh, 4 plus defense. That's good. I'll take that. So we're at 60 defense on that. Now it's up to 67. I guess you had to refresh that for it to reload in. And, I mean, I'd love to reforge the quick leaf wings as well, but I think these are really, really expensive, too. Let's just take a quick peek. Oh, yeah, 48. I'm going to actually still hold off on that, even though I've got more than enough money. We're at almost 4.5 platinum, which is not nothing, for sure, but it's also a little bit shy of what I wanted. So let's put some of these baits and stuff away into our fishing box. You'll notice I've got a few fallen stars in here that says crafting some enchanted night crawlers to try and improve my bait power. I also found a gold worm by random chance. I'm probably just going to keep that for the novelty's sake of it. And we'll take this Journeyman Bait, put that in there. I'm kind of disappointed that you can't just buy bait from the vendor. It seems like a thing that would be kind of obvious. I mean, this guy doesn't really do anything other than give you quests, but it would make sense that he would sell you fishing rods and various things that maybe you found. He doesn't do it, however. Let's take our accessories. Tsunami in a bottle actually can go in with these. I made a spot for it already anyway. And you'll also notice I've got turtle shells here. I think I'm going to go ahead and make some turtle armor. I want to see, I want to go toward the beetle armor, but I just don't know yet if that's what I want to really do, so I'm just going to have it prepared. Whether or not I like it, I guess that'll remain to be seen. I can keep the other armor in my inventory, and depending on if I want to go more towards the Uzi or more towards the hammer, that'll kind of decide which armor I think is more favorable there. I will keep some iron skin potions in my inventory, and we'll toss the rest of these in over here. Thankfully, I can quickly match these up since they're all color-coded. Makes life just a little bit easier. And what we're going to do, we're going to put away all of the rest of these as well. You know, why am I not? The reason I wasn't doing that is because that was going to happen, and I was sure it was going to happen, but I went and did it anyway. So that was actually a bad idea. Occasionally, I just do stupid things in this game. I saw there was a bunch of people that were kind of upset with how I chose to do the water mechanics on the last episode. I do apologize that I was not really the brightest freaking star in the sky on the last episode, but I was having a bit of a rough night and I didn't get much sleep. I mean, not to just make straight up excuses, but I guess that's what I'm going to do anyway. You know, I don't always feel the best when I do episodes. I try to make the best of it, and it's either don't record an episode or do record an episode and have it come out a little janky on occasion. You know, people do dumb stuff. If you ever feel like I'm just wasting your time, though, as far as, like, how I'm playing, just, you know, you don't have to watch. It's free content. If you're upset about it, you don't have to be upset with me. Just, you know, go elsewhere. There's other people doing the same thing. If you're here for the commentary, for my, what was it, idiotic, pseudo-intellectual rambling, then cool. We're all good. I'm gonna be me. If you want to watch me, that's fine. If you don't want to watch me, that's also fine. I'm not holding you hostage. Anyway, let's make some turtle armor. I'm going to need some chlorophyte for this. Chlorophyte is here. I've got lots of that. How much do I need, actually? It probably is quite a bit. Yeah, there we go. Turtle helmet. It's 12 for that. 24 for that. And what did I just... Oh, that is the right one. It vanished so quickly, I was confused for a moment. Alright, cool. So we've got that. Now we're at 67 armor. Let's swap these out and see what it goes up to. Yes, I know I can more quickly click a different way to do it. And now it's up to 81, so we've got quite a bit of defense now. And I feel pretty good about that. The other thing I want to do is... This is one of those fights that really is quite benefited by having the right kind of bullets with me. I'm going to just keep my armor here in case I want to swap back. Honestly, it would probably make more sense to use the Shroomite stuff if I'm going to shoot him. But I haven't decided which thing I want to do for this fight, so I'm just going to bring some more chlorophyte bullets with me. Like, one full stack should probably... You know what? This is faster. Should probably get the job done there. And I think I've got everything I need to get done there. We've got some reforging. We've got better armor. I didn't bother with the wings, but, you know, whatever. I could probably reforge this Angry Warrior emblem. Oh, wait, what is this worth? 3% damage. Okay, that's fine. I'm contented with that. And we'll go ahead and click on these for the bonuses. I'm sure there's probably some dumb thing I forgot to do, but oh well, let's go. Let's go to the jungle, engage in a little bit of a fight, and hope for the best. And I put a couple of boosters here. Hopefully it might get us a little bit faster over to our destination. You might notice I went all purple on my my familiars here. I've got a purple turtle and a purple light now. I just like the look of it, honestly. It's not necessarily a thing that matters at all. It's just, you know, cosmetics. And you might notice I've been changing that up pretty regularly. Some days they'll be purple, some days they'll be rainbow. Noted, by the way, about the rainbow hair dye and the, what is it, the familiar wig or something it was called, that lets you look like you've got no hat on. I'll probably try that out. I do want to try and do a complete rainbow build at one point, just to have, like, the rainbow staff and the rainbow unicorn, the rainbow outfit, the rainbow dye, and then I'll just build a little rainbow house and live forever. I think that sounds like a cool thing to do. These are the luxuries that you're afforded once you get later on in the game. By the way, I know that I could have a better minecart. I was trying not to just straight up steal everything from my other world, but that'll probably happen, that I build one eventually, and I figured we'll take things that are absolutely necessary, like the money, because that's just going to save me hours of grinding for no reason when I've got this money already here from other work that was done. But if, you know, I don't have to go out of my way, I'll just do the rest of the stuff in the game here, so you can watch it. And I know I've been doing some stuff off camera, like the fishing thing that I mentioned. I figured, again, that was a pretty minor thing. I didn't actually expect to get anything that cool out of it. I thought maybe I would get a couple of fishing quests done and just sort of move that along without really doing anything that would be obvious. Since I got a bunch of crates, I figured, hey, we'll open them live and talk about whatever we find, and that seems like best of both worlds, right? We get to talk about crates, we get to see some new items, I get to do the laborious, boring part off-camera where you don't have to worry about it. We all win. So, I thought that was like a nice compromise. If you really, really wanted to see the fishing, then go ahead and make a stink in the comments, I'll listen. But honestly, I think it would be best served to do on a stream, if at all. And that was just early on fishing stuff that, I mean, I'm like 3 quests into the whole freaking scheme of things. We've got a long, long way to go if I'm going to get anything really, like, major accomplished. So we just want to go straight down. I am aware, by the way, that I could just turn this mini-map on. I don't do it a lot of the time for some reason. Let's see if you've got purple. Do I have a purple counterweight? I feel like I don't. I also don't think I have a format C either. Okay, if I'm wrong about this, well, you know what, it doesn't matter all that much, because I have more than enough gold that I can pull from. I don't think I have any Spelunker glow sticks, bone torches. Let's take some bone torches. I want to know what these look like. There we go, full stack. Got some stuff from him. And we'll keep on heading down. I'm hoping this fight is not going to be all that bad. I've kind of made a big fuss out of nearly every fight so far and then been surprised by how easy they were. Once you get the idea of what the expert fights are like into your head, it becomes very difficult to separate the fiction from reality again. And these bosses are just not as hard as I'm giving them credit for. And that's okay. I think it's probably better to be over-prepared, because then we don't have a lot of failed fights We don't have to necessarily keep coming back over and over and over again, like I did with the stupid water situation. Also funny that I mentioned that sponge thing, and apparently that turns out to be a real item that is given through fishing quests. So I honestly did not know that. I just completely guessed and then was right. Just based on, like, that would be cool if this existed, and it does. So, neat. So we can kind of fly right through this area. There aren't any more traps. All we've got to do is avoid the flying snakes and lizard people on the way down. I've eliminated most of the other stuff as well. So we pretty much have a straight shot on this. There's a few spikes in the way, that's about it. I wonder if there's, like, biome-specific animals that I can find in here. Like, I see there's a snail there. I don't think it's anything special. I think it's just a regular snail. For the sake of argument, though, just so I'm not wrong, let's, yeah, just check it by freaking picking it up. Because I very often don't. That's a mimic, so let's shoot that. I know I haven't switched over to chlorophyte bullets yet. I'm saving them for the boss, I suppose. This is very weak comparatively. I really think I'll be better off just using this. Because look how fast it throws. In which case, since I am going that way, I should probably swap these two emblems. Just to have the extra damage, and have the damage cater toward melee. Since this is, oddly enough, a melee weapon, even though it's thrown. Well, I guess that's the precedent is there now, right? We've got yo-yos and such that behave in a rather similar manner. I would prefer this, honestly, to yo-yos, just because you don't have to necessarily be defenseless for very long while you're throwing it and waiting for it to come back. I mean, granted, it's also working out really well for me because I have so many, like, throw return ups, or attack speed ups. I'm just gonna kind of clear out a few more spikes here. Oh, and apparently I was totally oblivious about spikes that I had already mined and didn't realize that I had mined them. I thought that was kind of funny, too. I don't know, I saw them sitting there, and for some reason they looked like they were attached to the wall, but it was just that I guess my inventory was full, so I didn't recognize it. Again, I do stupid stuff. I mean, it's not entirely because I'm an idiot, I think, but I'm sure it's part of that. I'm not fully paying attention to every element, and sometimes things that are very obvious. To those that are not constraining their brain to doing multiple tasks at once, they can see the outside looking in type of perspective on it. I recommend that to anybody that watches Let's Play. Try to just do that once, just for your own sake. You don't have to post it anywhere. Just to see the perspective of the person that's doing it. Try and just play a game and talk over it at the same time. And just see what happens to your brain, just the psychological reasons only. For the empathy, you know? Just see what it does to you. There's no downside. You don't have to embarrass yourself. You don't have to do anything you're not comfortable with. I'm just saying it might be interesting as an experiment. So we're gonna just kind of cover over this area right here. Oh, please tell me I freaking auto-stacked the energy cells, didn't I? Please tell me I put some into my pig. Did I really just do that? I had them, like, prepared ahead of time, too, because I knew I was gonna do this. And I put some in my inventory, and I bet I, like, quick-stacked them off-camera a long time ago. Yep, they're totally not there. Alright, I think I'm gonna make a cut in the footage then, and we'll come back after I've got the cells. Yeah, what did I say about being an idiot? Alright, see you soon. Alright, welcome back. Sorry about the break there. And yes, I do know that I could have just farmed for a second and seen if one of them dropped a battery, but I figured this would be more productive. I also wanted to drop off all my money in the piggy bank anyway, so I figured, hey, we'll kill two birds with one stone, clear out the inventory, and go ahead and go back and come back again. Here, there are a lot of snakes spawning into this world right now, as you can see. I've tried to seal off the top, the hope being that the top will collect with lizard men, and then after a while things will stop spawning, and we can get back to business, you know, not really worrying about enemies. As it turns out, though, there's about 10,000 enemies no matter what I do, so I'm gonna have to just suck it up and deal with it. This is a particularly large room, unfortunately, and that's sort of the downside of it. Also, forgot to mention last time, well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but the solar tablet fragments, those are to make eclipses happen, so I wonder if those can happen organically anymore, if you have to do it via this tablet or not. I've now got the accessibility of about 12 solar eclipses, so I definitely can do a lot of that business later if we're interested. But why don't we just get right down to it and just fight the golem? So this is why we came back. We had to get these guys, the power cells. This is what you use to summon the golem at this. If this was stationed on top of a couple of spike blocks, essentially what you could do is mine the spike block out from under it. That causes the altar to break and then become consumable or pick-upable, however you want to say it, and then I can put it in my inventory and drag it somewhere else. In our case, we got unlucky on this particular spawn, and it is firmly entrenched in tiles I cannot dig. So I have to get lucky and get the drop from this boss before I can move this sucker. And then later on, if I want to farm it, I can go ahead and move it somewhere more convenient. So it's just like a whatever chance whether or not that'll spawn in the right spot or not. There are a lot of bees down there, and you know what? That's accomplished the same goal that I was after. So here we go. I'm going to press B. We're going to get our Iron Skin potion on, and we're going to hope for the best with this boss fight. I usually build more platforms. I'm not really sure why I didn't this time. You know what? Now I'm starting to see why I wanted to go with ranged before. Although, actually, we're doing, like, a lot of damage to him, so I can't really be that upset. I want to take out the hands first. His phase 2 is a lot scarier than his phase 1. Right now, he's just going to kind of punch arbitrarily in my direction, and usually it won't connect. Sometimes it will. But we're whittling him down little by little. If we can eliminate the hands, when the head starts flying and shooting balls of fire everywhere, we're going to have a much easier time, since we won't have these to avoid as well. So we're just kind of evenly working them down as well as I can. We're about to lose the one fist on the side there. I'm going to go ahead and heal now just because I want to stay ahead. We've got more than enough defense. I think we'll be in a good position. Both hands are broken. His body is about to break off from the head. And if I have to, I will switch over to my gun. You know what? I should also be using my Nimbus Rod here for extra damage, as well as the debuff potentially. So let's do a little bit of this. I want to see how quickly this is going to drain its health. Alright, it's actually going a lot faster than I expected. I'm taking very little damage. I feel like we're in a fine position right now. Staying a bit further away is probably preferable in this particular moment, but I think I could probably get away with it either way. I'm just hedging my bets here because I kind of want to go for an easy win. Down to about a quarter-ish health. Just repeat a few more times, and I could even farm it now if I don't get the pickaxe that I'm after, so I can move it. If I have to. I don't probably want to, but there we go. That's the golem, boys and girls. What did I get? Stinger, I got some beetle husks. The beetle husks are what I need to make that material to make the next level armor. If I want to go even deeper on that, I got a stinger, which is like a pretty... I don't know if rare is the right word, but, you know, a decent explosive gun. Shoots a bunch of explosives at one time. Let's try it out, actually. We might as well just fight it again since we're here, and since that didn't really pose too much of a threat to us. I take it this is ranged, so let's actually try the other build. Switch it back over, and we'll switch over our armor as well. We weren't really in major danger of dying there, which is great. So I'm going to try and kind of push my luck now and see how that goes. Summon it again. Goes right underneath that, which is great. That's the stinger for you, by the way. Oh, I forgot to put my freaking chlorophyte bullets in. Let's do that. Golem has awoken. I'm just kind of trying this out just to see what it does. It's not doing a ton of damage, but the idea is that when it breaks apart, it shoots little cluster bombs, which kind of hit it for multiple extra bits on that. We'll just get a little bit of that going, too. He does seem to be... Okay, this form does seem to take the debuff from the golden shower. It'd be kind of neat if there was a thing I could get that would, like, let me put down more clouds, because I do really like that extra free DPS that I get from that. And as it seems to go with most of these bosses, the items that it drops are, like, they're great for getting the boss killed again in future attempts. So it's like, once you've killed it once, you've kind of made enough headway that things get easier. Alright, now we're going to switch over to that. Homing bullets make things nice and easy. Every shot should connect. If you could just, like, sit right underneath that rainstorm, that would be great. Yeah, we're doing plenty of DPS. Everything is going fine. Even without the platforms, I don't feel like I'm in a ton of danger right now. I am missing the, like, all of the various things that I can have on. I don't know if that was even this world, but there's been instances where I could, like, have items that eliminate the chances of me consuming ammo when I shoot things. And I had, like, a bunch of those stacked for a while, which was great. Alright, kill number 2. We got more beetle husks, and we got a violent eye of the golem. I believe I needed this for something quite useful. I think it was to make, like, the destroyer emblem or something like that. We didn't get the pickaxe again, so I guess we may as well keep going. This is just going to be the Golem farming episode, I suppose. I am going to need that pickaxe to move this thing, so I may as well keep at it. Honestly, that combination worked really well. I don't really need to mess with it too much. We'll just keep whittling down his armor. Oh, hello. I appreciate very much, by the way, that all the enemies are staying out. That's very kind of them. Oh yeah, we ran out of explosive bolts there. So we'll just switch back to the Uzi. I still feel like the Mega Shark is more damaging just by virtue of it shooting so much faster. But I really haven't run the numbers, so I suppose you guys would know better than I would. It just feels like it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just get a gut instinct about a thing. So I watched Brave for the first time last night with my girlfriend. We were just having a movie night, and that was one of the ones that had eluded me. And she happens to be Irish, so she wanted to kind of like clue me in on this very cool Scottish artistic kind of Pixar movie. It was one that I'd been interested in watching for quite a while. It's like a coming-of-age story of a girl who's in a position where her family wants to marry her off to someone, and she's not interested in it because she wants to be herself. And you know, I'm all about that life. Very good movie. It got a little bit entangled in, like, a side story that I didn't really think was the best use of our time for, you know, some very good, well-developed characters. But at the same time, like, it could have been a lot worse. Because I had heard a lot of mixed reviews about that movie that it was, like, because of that side story or the way that it went, it was not worth seeing. I disagree. I think it was worth seeing. It was very visually stunning as well. Well put together. I mean, again, I would prefer if they went in a different direction, but I don't think that what they did with it made it a bad movie or anything. Yeah, they did a few cliche things as well, which I guess it's kind of hard to avoid at least hitting a couple of cliches. So what did I get this time? We got another stinger and more beetle husks. This is not treating me the way I wanted. All right, let's back at it again. I'll hit B again. I'm going to go through an entire stack of chlorophyte bullets, which is maybe a little bit worrisome. Might as well get the golden, or the rain showers going again, golden showers as well. Item name is, you know, I didn't really think about it, but it's kind of rude, isn't it? It's like referencing urine, which seems a little out of character for this game. I know it has a penchant for getting dark on occasion, but not usually in that direction. People said that in the comments, were like, wow, is that item really called that? It's like, yeah, it is. And I thought it was like, oh, look at this silly joke the first time that I had seen it. And then I kind of forgot that that was even a thing. And I started thinking about it again. I was like, wow, that is actually kind of strange that they chose to call it that. Okay, very likely that we're actually going to run out of chlorophyte bullets on this fight, so I'm going to hope that we get it by the end, otherwise we're going to switch back over again. You know what, I can actually use the stinger a little bit as well. Helps if I hit it on occasion. You know what would be kind of cool is if you could augment your projectiles the same way you can with dyes and such. So, like, you could make a chlorophyte, I don't know, accessory that makes whatever bullets you shoot into homing, and then you could just have it permanently there, and then you could sort of fit it with the bag, so you have infinite homing bullets. That would just be sort of like super endgame kind of stuff, not something that I would expect most people would use on a regular basis or be able to use to kind of cheat their way through the game. It would just be sort of a cool thing to run into at the end of your playthrough, just to make things a little bit more fun and accessible there. I just found out last night, actually, that even though 1.3 was going to be the last update that Red was a part of, there's actually still going to be continued... Oh, we got a sunstone, that's really good. There's still going to be continued updates to this game going forward, which is just unbelievable to me. I paid like $5 for this game in 2011, and to this day, it's still receiving updates in 2015, going strong. That's just so weird to me, and fantastic at the same time. So yeah, I'll be here to cover any of those updates, by the way, if you're ever interested. I will continue to play Terraria as long as Terraria is a viable thing to play. Whether or not I start other series, I will always come back to Terraria. So there's still not the pickaxe I was after. This is great, though. This increases all stats if worn during the day. There's a stone we can get that will mix with it. I think it's called the Celestial Stone. That's what it ultimately turns into. It's like the Night Stone or something like that. I think it comes from the Eclipse. Put them together, make a thing that gives you a stat bonus all the time. We'll definitely be shooting to get that at some point. And now we've got so many beetle husks, we're actually in a good position for the beetle armor. What do I want to use now for the next ensuing fight? I think we want to continue with Now I'm running out of bullets. I guess we'll go back to the melee build for this one, and we'll get the rain renewed. Get the debuff on it again, and start beating them up with the hammer. I love that it pierces it, so you can actually get a bunch of hits in each time I throw it. I mean, it's also combining with the DPS from the rain, of course, but it's all working out. See, once he's away, you can kind of see it's hitting once going, once coming back, and both elements. And really fast as well, because it's just that kind of an item. I think this was like a fantastic boon for us to have run into this item this early without having to grind that much for it. Probably one of the best items I could have hoped to find at this stage of the game, and it will give me a huge lead going through this fight, and perhaps even onward, although I haven't really ever played the normal mode bosses going from the next one on. This is usually where the game would kind of come to a halt, because at this point we would then be getting into, we need to do Frost Moon, we need to do Pumpkin Moon, we need to do Duke Fishron, and Duke Fishron was essentially the last boss that I had access to in my 1.2 playthrough, so the cultists are entirely new to this. I mean, yes, I fought them before in the Expert Let's Play with Austin, but I'd never done it by myself. Why am I taking so much damage? Alright, I need to back up and rethink this for a second, because I'm actually a little worried about my life now. We're gonna have to go ahead and use Glorified Bullets again and try and play Keep Away, because I think I'm about to die. Yeah, I am actually about to die. Maybe I need to actually warp? Okay, yeah, that was not gonna end well for us. I regret leaving that battle when I did, but at the same time, if I didn't, well, I would have just dropped a whole bunch of gold on the floor. Nobody wants that. So as it turns out, we are not going to get the pickaxe in this episode. I didn't expect that to happen. I thought for sure, with the advantages we had, we would have been fine. But apparently I do need the Chlorophyte bullets and the proper ranged everything for it to work out. No problem, we'll sort it out. I can get that off camera, and then I can go ahead and move the altar. It won't take very long, most likely. I just got pretty unlucky, but at the same time, I did get some good items too. So it's not all bad. I mean, I got the eye that I wanted. I got 27 husks. Let's see how much I needed for the husks. I think I might have enough. This is 6, 8, and 8. Yeah, we're good. Alright, let's go ahead and make that armor then, because what's the harm in that? I think I just need to take the beetle armor off. Oh, right, I switched back. And not beetle, turtle armor. I switched back and I forgot if I'm going to go melee, I want to also have the extra defense. That's why I was getting wrecked so easily. So there we are. There's the beetle stuff. Why are there two? There's scale mail for extra... Okay, the one's extra defense. Let's probably go defense. If we're going to go big on that, we might as well. 6% increased movement, 8% melee damage and critical. So it's a bigger damage bonus and some increase to movement speed for that. I'd rather go for that one since we've kind of asserted ourselves as in a melee build. Might as well go all the way with it instead of sort of taking a half measure. And there we are. So now we've got what I believe to be one of the strongest armors that we can get before we fight the final boss. We should be good to go for a while. I mean, I don't know what else I really need to do other than that. And I guess we'll lose a bit of damage in terms of range stuff, but I think it's alright. I think we'll be able to make do. So why don't we go ahead and toss some of this stuff into our chest, make a little bit of room, and we'll open up some strange plants, and I think we'll be in a good spot for today's episode. Oh, probably also some of these buffs wore off, too. I know this was still going, the Iron Skin, which is a pretty big defense bonus, but now we're at, like, nearly 100. I wonder, does that take into account the Iron Skin? Oops, I meant to right-click that. It does, okay. I wasn't sure. And what else did I want to do? So I want to go to my chest, grab my strange plants, go up to the die guy, and see what we got. We got 4 shots at something awesome. I'm hoping for more living rainbow dye, but I will take plenty of other things as well. We got Hades dye, which I don't think I had the regular Hades dye. I think I had living Hades dye, which is the red one. This is a blue one. And we got a few shifting sand dye as well as shadow dye. Alright, so this is going to be our new one for today. What's the button again? Shift. There we go. Alright, there we are. So we're a blue, phantasmal, ethereal demon of the night. Looks pretty sweet. Again, if I had more than 3, I think that would be really handy. But we don't. Also, what is the set bonus for beetle armor? We get beetles protect you from damage. That's really sweet. I like beetles a little bit. I like some beetles. I don't like the YouTuber beetle that comes and buzzes in my window, but I like the idea of beetles in general. They're not like the little crazy bugs that I talked about where all their legs fall off all the time. Beetles are a little sturdier. They want to get the job done. They want to be in it for the long haul. Although I don't think they live particularly any longer than some of the other bugs that I've talked about. Although I'm not, you know, the beetle specialist that I once was. I don't know that much about... I never was a beetle specialist, but I never knew what beetles are capable of, and I'm going to trust that they are capable of a lot. Let's do quick stack. And let's hope that we get some more of the stuff we want on the next one. Oh, you know what else? Before we call it a day, I just want to show you. I went and found out that what I needed to do to make grass was bring the Staff of Regrowth to the dirt and use it on the dirt tiles, and that will make grass grow. I thought that if you just left it alone, being in the sunlight with no background would make dirt happen to be grass, and maybe it doesn't. I mean, maybe it does, but I didn't see it do it in a long period of time that I sat and watched it, which was over the course of, like, I don't know, about 15 or so days in-game. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of run along this surface up here, and that's what I was hoping for. We got a strange plant. There's a good chance that we'll run into a number of those, as well as we might find some worms and such, or, you know, grasshoppers, crickets, and the like, which I am now actually collecting for the sake of fishing missions. Oh, I missed that one. And we've got harpies on the scene as well. They didn't used to show up, but now that the grass is here, I guess they bother with me. And I was hoping if we could get like 1 or 2 strange plants from this, that would be very lucky. It's like a long stretch of perfectly normal, nominal grassland. So this is exactly the kind of conditions that strange plants love. Are we just gonna get the one? Yeah, oh, that's actually some blueberries. That's another dye material. I'm collecting all dyes because I never know when they're going to be necessary. Okay, so we got one more out of it. May as well open it right now, just for the sense of suspense. What did we get? Purple ooze dye. You know what? That's fine. Purple ooze dye is actually one that I've been using a lot of. It's what I have on my cape. It's what I have on my pet. And it's what I have on my hook. So good. More the merrier. I like all the purple dyes. I welcome them all in. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's episode. I will go ahead and put all my inventory stuff away and mine, or farm the golem for the next episode. We'll go ahead and move that over and get all the items we need to. We might do an eclipse next time. Maybe you'll see if we can get some broken hero swords and get that all moving in the right direction. Of course, as always, I do read all the comments, so if you have a suggestion of what you think I should do for the next one, feel free to chime in. Of course, you know, try and keep the comments civil if possible. I appreciate that. You guys are usually pretty cool, but every now and then some negativity creeps in. I like to try and keep these mostly positive. I know I have moments where I slip, but, you know, that's the general direction that I want to keep things going in. So if you guys don't mind, let's try and do that for the future. Well, this will be a happy, positive place where people can chill out and relax and listen to some Terraria banter and silly nonsense for a while. And hopefully you enjoy it and have a good time. If you do, consider pressing the like button because it definitely helps out. And I will see you on the next episode. Hope you all have a great night. Talk to you later.